Hi guys, how are you today? I hope you're doing well. I hope it's a really good day for you and you got outside and you did some stuff and it's just a good day and that you're not overdoing it and you'll have a good day tomorrow. So that's my hope for you. Um, I'm feeling good, pretty good today. Yesterday I had a migraine, so I was kind of down for the day. Um, I haven't found anything that really prevents them long term yet, so we'll keep dealing with that. Um, I have been getting up on my stationary bike lately because I've put on a few pair of pants that I haven't worn since last year and they're a little tight. So I'm like, okay, I gotta do something about this. I gotta get on my bike. I gotta do some more exercise. I gotta start eating right. So today I made up some brown rice with lentils and corn and some avocados. And that's what I had for lunch. So hopefully if I can change my diet, stop eating so many sweets and stay away from the fats, maybe I can lose a little weight. But that exercise, I definitely need to get on that because, winter it's too cold to get outside and walk, and summer it's too hot to get outside and walk. I never get outside and walk, even though it would be really good for the dog if I did that. So that's where I am physically. Um, my quilt that I've been working on is coming along. I've been thinking about what quilting design I want to use, and I've kind of come up with this, I forget what it's called now, but you start at the corner and you go around and you keep going like that, and it creates this really cool design. I've used it before on a hand quilted piece and it came out really nice, so I'd like to try it with the machine quilting this time. And then in the middle section here, I'm not really sure what to do. I thought about maybe making a flower look like a poinsettia for Christmas or something like that. So I'll look around. I kind of wanted to do an animal theme too, but I'm not sure. I haven't found anything that would really relate. Paw pads are too common, I guess I would call them. So I don't want to do that, but I'll figure it out. My daughter found a house, a two-bedroom house, so she's in the process of moving, and when they were looking at the house, they found that underneath the floorboards there was mold. So they had to rip out all the flooring and completely redo the floor in the bathroom, one bathroom, so that, they're not breathing in this mold. My daughter has asthma and she's had some lung problems. I've shared that with you. And so that brought to my husband, he was helping them do that. He started thinking about me and my health issues. So he came home and he said, well, is it our house? Is our house making you sick? And we went through this when we first bought our house. It's been 20 years ago, I guess, that we bought our house. And when we moved in, there was paneling on the walls. So we took that down and we took out all the carpeting, and we did an addition and put drywall through the whole house and painted good and made sure our house was built in the 60s, late 60s, 70s, somewhere in there. And in the 90s is when we bought it and redid everything. But we get mold growing in the bathroom. I don't know if that's just our area that it's really common. But, I try and stay on top of it and scrub as much as I can. And, so that's the best I can do as far as that goes. We did the best we could. I went on a couple websites researching, how much does the chemicals in our environment affect fibromyalgia? How much does it affect overall health? What chemicals, and the okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. So the research is really sparse. There hasn't been a lot of research. Um, in the late in the last century, 60s, 70s, 80s, they found that men, especially who worked in shipyards and who worked in the construction industry, were getting cancer, mesothelioma, and they finally found out that that cancer is caused from asbestos, and that they're breathing in these fibers from the asbestos and it's causing cancer. It took them from the late 1800s until the mid 1900s to figure out that this is the problem. And you know that there hasn't been a lot of studies to either prove or disprove that chemicals in our environment can cause some people to be ill. The National Fibromyalgia and Chronic Pain Association has found in their anecdotal studies, they haven't done real clinical trials, that 40% of people with chronic fatigue will also be sensitive to chemicals, and that in fibromyalgia it's 16%. Now, you go to a doctor and you say, oh, I think my house is making me sick, or my work is making me sick, and the doctors will say, oh, here's an antidepressant. Take this, you'll feel better. Okay, sorry, that was another interruption. It's you know, I live a quiet life. There's nothing happening, and then I start recording, and things happen. People call me. Okay. Anyway, so the doctors will prescribe antidepressants for anything. You go in, and the doctors don't quite know what's wrong with you, and they don't, you know, tests are coming back negative, and they just say, well, here's an antidepressant, take an antidepressant. I've ranted about this before, but I think it's really wrong for them to just hand out antidepressants like it's a cure-all. And they say, but they don't tell you down the road it's going to cause health problems, real health issues. You know, you're going to gain weight, you're going to get plaque in your arteries, you know, it can contribute to diabetes. So, you know, okay, I'm sensitive to chemicals, but that's not going to damage my health in the long run. Antidepressants in the long run are going to damage my health. I just wish doctors would look at that a little more. So another chemical I've been thinking about is that I talked about I got away from eating nightshade vegetables, and then I feel like they're, you know, that's helping me in a lot of ways to you know, I don't have as much heartburn, you know, I feel a little bit better. The studies there's a diet versus disease website that I looked at, and they found that studies are inconclusive, and they are saying that no, the nightshades are not going to be causing people problems. They're not going to be causing more problems with arthritis or with celiac disease or irritable bowel or even lupus, that it's not the chemicals that are found in that are contributing to that disease. But the studies that they looked at were inconclusive. They didn't decide, yes, it was a problem, or no, it wasn't. It was inconclusive. So how can they take one study and say that, no, that's not going to be your problem, and then just prescribe antidepressants? It doesn't make a lot of sense. Will acknowledge, though, that people have allergies, and you go to a doctor that will test you for allergies, and then they'll give you shots to try and convince your body that you're not allergic to that. So if there's allergies, there's real allergies that are making people seasonally sick, why can't there be people who are sensitive or allergic to chemicals, like the chemicals found in tomatoes or potatoes or peppers, or the chemicals that are just in our buildings or in the environment that don't cause other people problems but are going to cause some people problems? So that's my theory at the moment, that, you know, some people are more sensitive to chemicals, certain perfumes, certain normal things that are used in buildings that other people don't react to. And there's not a lot of studies going on about what chemicals are actually in our home and how much they actually affect people. So, cancer took years and years and years before they finally figured out that certain things were causing cancer. And cancer was a serious disease, and they put a lot of money and research into finding out what was causing cancer and how to cure it. And because fibromyalgia and irritable bowel and lupus are not deadly diseases, there's not a lot of research put into it. But it's, for us people that have it, it's something we need to deal with. And we want some answers eventually. We understand it's going to take time, it's going to take money, but we want some answers. And I think I'm just rambling on too much. So please forgive me. It's one of those days, like every other day, my brain does not want to function and I don't usually talk. So thanks for listening. I hope you have a wonderful day. Toodles.